So a three-way call in your network marketing business is super important, super valuable, and super effective. Now, if you don't know what a three-way call is, it's a way to validate your product, service, or opportunity with your prospects using an upline leader or your sponsor. And why you would do one is very key. It's kind of a psychology issue. People know because they know you, they know that you're not an expert in your specific field in this industry. Maybe it's health and wellness, maybe it's a makeup, maybe it's energy drinks, maybe it's a service. They know you're not an expert in that service or product. And so if you get somebody on the phone with them, one relationship removed from you, all of a sudden they become an expert because your prospect does not know them, even if they're not actually an expert in the specific field that you're in. So that's why you would do one, and they're very effective. So let me tell you how to go about doing one of those three-way calls. So you've invited somebody to take a look at your product, service, or opportunity, and let's say you're showing them Saturday at 5 o'clock. What you want to do is you want to text your upline leader. I usually send it to a group of about 4 or 5 leaders that you're going to show the plan Saturday at 5 p.m. Is anybody going to be available for a three-way call? And they'll tell me who's going to be available. Maybe it's 1, 2, or 3 people. And then I'll pick the one that's probably best suited to talk to this particular prospect. Maybe they're in the same profession. Maybe they have similar life experiences, whatever. Just take your pick of leaders. Or if you only have one leader, then make sure that they're aware that you're showing the plan. Then you're going to show the plan at 5 to your prospect. And then after you show the plan, you're going to ask them a couple of questions. First, you're going to ask them if it made sense. And of course, they're going to tell you yes because they don't want to risk sounding like an idiot. Then you want to ask them what they liked best. So they're going to tell you some positive things about your opportunity. And I usually ask that question probably 2 or 3 times. So we have a good conversation about the positive aspects of my product, service, or opportunity. And then after that question, I always say, it sounds like you're ready to get started. And then if they are, go ahead and sign them up. If it's just a dead no, don't worry about it. Move on to the next. Ask for referrals. Maybe they can become your customer in the future. No problem there. About 80% of people will have some sort of question or concern, and they'll be in the maybe category. So what you're going to do is you're going to do a three-way call with every single one of those maybe categories. And so I've already set it up in advance that my leader should be expecting my call because I have a prospect taking a look at what I'm doing. So usually I say something like this after we talk about the positives and they have some questions or concerns. I'll say, when I was first looking at this business, I had those similar questions or those similar concerns, or I felt the same way. But what I found was that this industry is very unique because you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And I have a team surrounding me that is totally focused on my success, and they're there to help me every step of the way. Hold on just 1 second. And then I put them on hold. I call my upline leader. I tell them a little bit about my prospect and kind of what couple of what their questions are. And then I'll merge the calls. And I'll say, prospect, like I said, the best part about this business is that you're not doing it alone. I have my business partner on the line. He's a little bit better suited to answer some of your questions that you had. Then you talk up your leader. He's $1 million earner. He's been doing this business for 6 years. He's full-time in this business. He doesn't work. He stays at home. He's got 4 kids. You talk him up a little bit, and then you talk up your prospect to your upline leader. You say, this is, and you make sure, do not call them prospect. Call them by their name because they're human beings. Say, this is my buddy from college. We just reconnected. He works in such and such industry. We took a look at the opportunity. He's got such and such questions. Then I say, prospect, this is leader. Leader, this is prospect. Of course, calling them by their name. I introduce them, and then I shut my mouth. I put my phone on mute, and I don't say another word until the phone call is over. I let my prospect talk to my leader, ask questions, get their concerns answered, and then at the end, the leader is going to ask for a decision. So I don't have to be the salesy, pitchy guy to ask for the sale. My leader is going to do that for me. And if they still got some questions or need another exposure, which the majority of people need somewhere between 4 and 10 exposures before they actually sign up. So the leader, if they sense that the prospect needs another exposure, they're going to set that up. Either it's going to be another call, or they're going to invite them to a conference call or a webinar or a business presentation, something like that. And then the leader will get off the phone, and then you don't get off the phone until the next exposure is scheduled. Time and date. Whatever the next exposure is, whether it's a time to meet and talk, whether it's a time to meet and give them a product description, whether it's a time to meet at a business presentation, whatever that is, do not end the first exposure without setting up the next exposure. So that's it, guys. That's the three-way call in a nutshell. And I'm telling you, if you use these for your business will explode. And the best part about using a three-way call with your prospects is that it's very duplicatable. It shows your prospects that you don't have to know how to answer people's questions or address their concerns. All you have to know is how to show the plan, usually a DVD or a video, and introduce them to somebody else. Everybody can do that. The average 18-year-old coming out of high school can do that. It's very simple. You don't have to have a vast knowledge of network marketing or your company or your product or your service or your compensation plan in order to be successful in this business. And so if you're using the three-way call to gather business partners, they are going to in turn do the same thing, because your team is going to invite their prospects and enroll their prospects the same exact way that you invited and enrolled them. So make sure you're doing it right the first time, because if you want duplication, you better get people in the right way. If you do it haphazardly or the wrong way, there's just so many ways to do it wrong, and you could still get a business partner coming in, but they're going to do what you do, not what you teach them to do. So make sure that you're utilizing the three-way call, guys.